Rinconada, the highest city in the world, rich in gold, but its citizens live in misery. Far from the impression of splendor, this place has a residential face with a very gloomy aura. Actually, this is not a comfortable place to live, and not a desirable environment to live in. However, its existence is a magnet that attracts tens of thousands of souls. A city where miracles and suffering intersect, creating a confusing but also captivating picture. And this is Rinconada, a miserable life in the highest city in the world, which is famous for its gold mines. Rinconada is a remote residential area located in the eastern Andes mountain region, San Antonio de Putina Province, Peru. At an altitude of 5,100 meters above sea level, it is called the highest city in the world. As a comparison, this city is even 6 times higher than the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, which is only 828 meters above sea level. There are many interesting things about this city above the clouds, especially regarding the lives of its residents, in a slum and arid environment that has been the community's living space for years. So arid, not a single tree will be found here. This condition is further exacerbated by the very cold weather and very low oxygen levels. The residents of Rinconada live with oxygen levels 50% lower than normal. Being at high altitudes, people who are not used to it will have difficulty breathing if they stay in this city for a long time. Even so, Rinconada is inhabited by tens of thousands of people. There's only one reason why people are willing to live here. The existence of gold is the answer. The city of Rinconada began its historical journey from the first gold mining activity during the time of the Incas. The gold mine in Rinconada has been standing for a long time and has survived for centuries. Precisely in the 20th century, Rinconada began to be built as a small settlement to carry out mining activities. Over time, Rinconada is known for its gold mining potential, so that many people flock to Rinconada to seek fortune. Between 2001 and 2009, the population of Rinconada increased drastically. The cause was the increase in the price of gold at that time, which reached more than 200%. Currently, life in Rinconada continues. This place is inhabited by around 60,000 people, almost all of whom are immigrants. They live in simple houses made of zinc on barren, rocky land. And even many houses stand in sloping settlements with steep cliffs nearby. This view presents a portrait that is so spectacular, but also scary. The population explosion of Rinconada is not directly proportional to adequate facilities, because this place is not really cared for by the government. As a result, Rinconada has become a very bad settlement. Scattered garbage has become something commonplace. Residents are used to littering, and they live in houses surrounded by garbage everywhere. The waste disposal system here is also very bad. As a result, some waste sometimes overflows onto the street. Almost most houses do not have private toilets. They rely on public toilets to be used together by many residents. Electricity facilities are very limited. Only a few areas are brightly lit, such as markets and busy centers, and the rest are dim in the darkness. Many houses that cross the city also make this place look even more chaotic. These overlapping hoses are the flow of water for residents. They channel clean water from the top of the mountain for daily needs. Clean water comes from glaciers or chunks of ice that have melted. In general, the economy and livelihoods of the population are supported by the gold mining sector. Some others struggle to sell goods, work from prostitution, and scavenge gold from ex-mining rocks to get money, which is done by most of the female population in Rinconada. Every morning, the men walk kilometers uphill to reach the mining location. This mine is in the form of a tunnel and is controlled by an illegal company. The workers do not get a fixed salary at the gold mine. Miners work under an illegal labor system called cachorio, where this system makes workers not paid for a whole month, but in return, the company gives 1 day of freedom every month for the miners. On that 1 day, the miners work for themselves. This means that no matter how much gold they get, they have the right to take the gold home. If they are lucky, the miners can go home with a smile. But, also unlucky, they go home empty-handed. A system like this has pluses and minuses. Miners can get paid big that day, or not get paid at all. What is clear is that it all depends on each person's luck. Although life here looks so difficult, but the residents have their own way to find pleasure. There is a mini soccer field with synthetic grass where residents exercise. People can also play billiards in the heart of La Rinconada. Public places also look lively at night, and nightlife venues ready to welcome tired visitors after a day of work. But unfortunately, the crime rate such as theft is very high in La Rinconada. This is because local residents keep their cash and gold at home. There are no banks in La Rinconada. So no matter how much money they have to keep it to themselves at home. La Rinconada, which stands on a mountain of gold, does not guarantee a better life for its residents. In addition, gold mining, which is carried out continuously, will damage the environment around La Rinconada, starting from mercury contamination to causing a number of air, water, and soil pollution. In addition to the complexity of the gold mining problem, La Rinconada also has other problems related to human health. The cold air temperature, which is below 0 degrees Celsius, causes the air blowing around La Rinconada to become very thin and poor in oxygen. As a result, it becomes very cold and can cause a number of other diseases. One of them is chronic mountain sickness syndrome. This disease can affect the body's motor system, brain, nervous system, and even cause paralysis. La Rinconada residents often suffer from mercury poisoning, direct contact with cyanide, itching of the skin, shortness of breath, fatigue, and difficulty sleeping. In short, La Rinconada is one of the unique and interesting places on Earth, which grows with a fragile ecosystem of life in the midst of abundant gold reserves. These limited infrastructure and health facilities have become a gloomy and dark ballad of the highest city in the world, flanked by the natural beauty of its snow-capped mountains. Now, La Rinconada is a golden city that is poor in oxygen with extreme environmental challenges that always haunt its residents.